Hello guys, I'm Alex Koloskov and this is Photigy review and critic video session. This is when I reviewing what was submitted on Photigy forum submit your work topic and providing my feedback, my thoughts, my critic and ideas for improvements of your shots. We do it every week. I may skip 1 week, but in general we do it every week. And I think that's a great way to learn stuff. Let me do a few announcements before we start our critic and review session. And first is for those lucky guys who bought liquid photography essentials and tabletop photography essentials packs during this sale, Thanksgiving sale and Cyber Monday sale. This is my best tutorials, behind the scene videos, ebooks, masterclasses packed into these two essentials pack, how I call it, and it was a great price, so you're really lucky guys. And now let's learn together. I'm going to create a forum, but actually 2 sub forums dedicated specifically for those 2 essential packs. It will be like a support forum, but not, technical support, how to open Acrobat Reader. Basically, you have to use Acrobat Reader to run those tutorials I have. But mostly to help you guys learn these techniques which I'm showing on those 2 packs. Let's shoot whatever you like, any subject, anything. Take any challenge. Submit your progress. Submit any issues, anything which is not working for you, or any result you want to hear my opinion. Submit on those subforums, and I'll get back to you. I will help you. I will do my best to help you to get those shots, because I want you guys to get this. I want to get those techniques. My real desire not to earn as much as possible money. Fortunately, it's not that interesting for me, but I really want to make better market. I want to help photographers to get their assignments, to get their place into this huge studio advertisement photography market. So submit any questions, submit any images for review, and I'll do my best. Okay? Links for these 2 topics is at the bottom at this post. Okay? And the second announcement, that's basically, I'm not sure if I need to do it, but let me do this. I'm selling my Hasselblad. It's Hasselblad H1 camera with phase 1 P25 plus digital back. You've seen, if you will following me on iKill Studio blog and now on Photigy, you've seen post about how I bought it. It was from how you call it, official dealer from phase 1, official dealer in California, digitalfusion.com. And both camera and back and actually lens, it's 80mm HS 2.8 lens. Everything is great condition. I just want to first offer to my followers, and then if it's not gonna work, I will post on eBay, because on eBay it won't be a problem. I have 100% positive rating there. So but like I said, first I want to offer you guys, if anyone interested, shoot me email and I'll give you all the information you need to know to make a decision if you want. It may be, cool Christmas gift. I'm selling because I need upgrade. I want to go with somewhere like 40 megapixel. This is 22 megapixel. But you've seen my shots. It's amazing camera, and now you can afford it for the price of 35mm top camera, which is pretty good anyway. Okay, so that was 2 announcements, and now let's go to our critic and review session. critic, and this is the forum I'm talking about. Submit your work, and let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure why the order is kind of strange, but we'll go from the latest to the earliest shots. Okay, Alexander sent this portrait and asking my opinion. Is this portrait acceptable considering the lighting gear? Could do something better with it? That kind of questions, right? So here's the portrait. Here's the lighting setup. Basically, we have umbrella in front, reflector on right side, and white background with little softbox at the bottom. So in general, Alexander, this is what I can tell you. It looks good. Well, acceptable. Obviously, it's acceptable. Why not? Everything is basically acceptable. It depends who's accepting it, right? For me, this portrait look a little bit plain, a little bit flat. I'm talking about the overall look of the face. I kind of usually try to make a little bit more shadows, and plus the background. Looking at your lighting setup, I see that you kind of were trying to get a gradient on the background, because gradient looks always good. But you didn't get much of that gradient. It's kind of great, and there is a gradient, but not really visible. So I would definitely, let's say I just turned that softbox you have at the bottom. I just turned a little bit more horizontal, and it should create much more, I would say, pronounceable gradient, right? With brighter bottom and much darker top, if you want that kind of linear gradient, right? It will add something to the shot, you know, that little bit drama. And talking about lighting on the face, like I said, a little bit more shadows. Let's see, I have this people photography. Well, like this portrait I have, right? I didn't put lighting setup, but in general I had beauty dish a little bit on top and two lights on both sides. You see, it created shadows under eyebrows, well, everywhere. Plus, well, there is post-production here. So let me see. Well, I'm talking about look, you know, a little bit close to this. We need to see more gradation of a brighter and darker area on the face. It creates a volume, it creates a more dramatic look. Like here, you see relatively deep shadows under the chin, and well, everything throws shadows, but it gives, well, I like it better, you know, that kind of style. And actually, this is the lighting setup. You see, the main light was the beauty dish. That's what created all the shadows. And I have a spotlight in front, a little bit on the right, just to kill those shadows so it won't be too much. You know, with this kind of lighting setup, with light which creates shadows and then another light which softens them, you can easily play and create the look you want. So here, considering your lighting setup, you have how much? Two lights, right? So I would probably move that umbrella a little bit higher and well, use that silver reflector to position somewhere to kill shadows. Yeah, you don't have other lights, right? Obviously, third light will help, but I think with only two lights, one for background and one for the face, you can do a little bit more dramatic look. Again, maybe you can move umbrella a little bit far from the subject. Basically, it will make it smaller, light more directional, and it will be not as soft as you get. Let's say if you need more shadows, just move it a little bit far, and well, you'll get them, right? Because it's not only the size of the lighting source. It's a distance to it. That's what I mean, we can manipulate with to adjust how soft and or how hard that light is, right? Okay, so good job. Just, you know, a little bit more drama, because you see, everything driven by emotions, and when you shoot people, obviously it's very easy to create emotion by just ask your model to, you know, to create that emotion, to create that face expression. And it's completely more like psychological type of work, not photography, right? And that's why they don't do that much, because, well, I'm not sure I like to shoot, you know, still life. But again, you can always use light to add that emotion. That kind of shadows, that's what creates some more drama. And it's always good. Okay? So let's go to this shot. Patrick submitted pouring red wine. Let's see. Yep, it opens really wide. Okay, let me move it, this sale page out. Sale will be probably already gone by the time when this video will be released, so don't worry. Okay. Nice. I like this shot. I like even all this turbulence. Maybe it's a little bit too much, but I think it's, well, it's good. But you know, there is something which I would do a little bit different. First of all, let's look at our background spot. It doesn't create really, you know, that nice gradient. Basically, it's a spot with relatively hard edges, and then everything is dark. I would prefer more soften that gradient. So move the light you have behind that. Actually, there is lighting setup. You have a light behind that diffuser, right? Move it a little bit far away, and make, if you need, make some kind of snoot. If you use, what kind of light is that? Well, it's not visible here, but let's say if you use just a speed light, make a kind of some tubular snoot on it, and move it far away, and then you can easily modify that spot to be a little bit softer, not as bright as you have in the middle, and then light fall off will be much softer, and in general it will look better. That's my opinion. And that should bring a little bit more color to the wine, because you see, wine is relatively dark here. I understand you didn't have much light, and again, for the wine, only background light which is actually highlights the wine, not the light you have at the bottom. Well, obviously it adds some sparks, but wine is it's clear liquid, right? And the light you have behind hitting directly, it basically goes through, and it will only create some sparks, but it not really highlights anything, because it's not a fluorescent type of liquid, wine. And I would definitely use that light which you have on bottom, looking directly to the glass. I would use it differently. I would put it somewhere on the side, let's say on the left side instead. I would probably I will try to modify it so it will be a little bit larger, maybe through some diffuser, small one diffuser, but still larger than that opening of that speed light you have. And when placed on the side, I think it will, well, it may look better on the glass. It may add some nice reflection on the glass, which is always good. But again, for a nice reflection, you need to have some light modifier. Just bare speed light won't really work, because it will be just a spot. But if you could make a strip box from it somehow, it will, you know, look really good. About this shot, this particular shot, I don't really like composition. It's kind of nice, but I like previous one better. And same problem with background here. The spot is not really, you know, like rounded first, and then I see some texture on the background, so definitely move the diffuser far from the subject. Move it like 3 feet away additionally. So it will be blurred basically. You won't see any texture, and it will help you to create that nicer gradient. Okay? So other than this, this is really good shot. I always jump in, you know, on critic first, but I'm really saying that, man, you should continue doing this, because you have great potential here, and well, you need some lights obviously, or at least one more speed light and some modifiers on it, so you'll feel a little bit more room for, you know, for creating the lighting the way you want. Because I know 2 lights, it's probably the minimum, really minimum. 3 lights, you can do a lot more with 3 lights and light modifiers. I would use that translucent plastic, you know, create some do-it-yourself strip boxes. It's very easy from paper and you know, the translucent plastic as a front element, and it will help you. You can always use, you know, there is a paper with a completely glossy chrome-like finish on one side. So if you create some kind of box and put translucent plastic in front of it, it will work. Oh, excuse me. I'm talking too much. Okay. So thank you, Patrick. Great job. Let's see what Barry McKinsey submitted. Okay, Barry, that is cool. You know how I really like those splashes, and especially milk, and I really like here how you got those little strawberries, right? And sorry, not strawberry, raspberry, whatever. But the splash itself, well, perfectly white background, which is great. Splash itself could be better. You probably know what I'm talking about, right? The splash shape, now it's more like 3 streams hitting 3 objects. And well, you got this masterclass, right? You've seen how I was throwing that milk, which is Elmer's glue mixed with water. I'm talking about Master in Splash masterclass, which is actually part of that liquid photography essentials now. So, well, I can show you guys. Come on. I'm talking about this shot. Right? So I was kind of throwing the liquid the way that it kind of forms some arc, and it won't go straight. So the idea is to have some, you know, more diagonal movements, I would say, or positioning, and not really straight. So that's the only thing I can kind of suggest you to do here, because technically it's done great, really great. The only composition can be improved. And well, this Activa yogurt, the top of that yogurt, I know this is how it is look like, with all those little wrinkles, that foil on top. But maybe if you have time, or well, let's say if it will be real shot for that Activa, definitely it should be all straight in it. We should make it look perfect at the end, after post-production, after everything, right? That's how advertisement world works, right? Nobody wants to see the real stuff. But again, those raspberries looks really cool. And here is the lighting setup. Umbrellas, speed lights. You see, umbrellas is really cool when you work with non-reflective, non-really glossy subjects, because you don't see the reflection, direct reflection. If you would shoot something, you know, with glossy stuff, you'll see that pieces of umbrella which never look good. But here, it's perfect, it's nice. So that's a good use of those umbrellas. Okay, so Barry, great stuff. Just work more on splash shape, because splash shape makes big difference. And well, when I shoot liquid, you know, shoot liquid itself, it's relatively easy. I mean, it's not like a portrait, or it's not like a jewelry or some product. It just, you have one light here and one light for background, you throw liquid, it looks nice. Liquid itself, in most cases, even like a milk. So the main challenge is to get shape, nice shape for that liquid. And that's what most of my time being spent when we shoot liquids in studio. It's all about shape, okay? Let's move to this one. Peter submitted nice shot, really nice shot. It's been for a while. Looks like I missed 1 week on this critic and review sessions. So let's see. This black stuff all around, that kind of foam, as I understand it came from Photoshop, which is, wow, this is cool. Composition can be improved here. Peter, the top and the bottom, it's too close to the subject. We have nice room on both sides, but you, especially on the top, there is no room, so I would definitely crop it differently. Just leave more room on top, because, well, it just need breeze there, right? What else? The subject itself, how you got it, it's perfect. Really, I won't do any other. That's one of the way you can shoot it, and it's great. So, well, I really like this shot, I can tell you. I really like it. And yeah, thank you for submitting lighting setup. You see, guys, just the speed lights, nothing really special. Some Photoshop skills, of course. Photoshop, it's in product advertisement world, Photoshop is really needed skill. Or you need to have somebody with Photoshop skills, like I have, wife. Okay. So, other than composition, that's good. And it's not just good, it's just great. Thank you, Peter. Okay. Sky boot product shot. Andy. We got this sky boot, Solomon. And this is basically the first iteration, I would say. It was, well, the lighting setup is here. If you guys interested, you can check. But let me scroll down to the kind of final or recent, latest, call it, version of this shot. And let's look at this. Well, hard to critic. It's done very well. Really, it's done very well. Andy, great job. I really like, let's see this right side of that boot. You see the dark line and then reflection. It creates that shape, which is really great. I don't see that kind of thing anywhere else. Well, only the nose of that boot has the same reflection and dark edge. It would be really cool if you could create some same gradient or similar gradient somewhere, maybe on the left side of the vertical portion of that boot. Or, well, there is a gradient, obviously, but, you know, not much reflection. And maybe here, yeah, we see some reflection, but I think, well, it just, like I said, shoot is great. I mean, the image, the result is really great. It just, my fantasies on how to improve it, right? It's not like, maybe it's not really easy to do that kind of gradients on this facing side of the boot, but I would probably try to get it done somehow. What else? I see this strange spot on, well, not me, it's actually Zhenya. Well, post-production artists, they have completely different site on our world. So she found this spot, and well, was it worn? Because first I thought, well, all this Salomon label, it has all those little scratches, and I said, oh man, and this is probably really worn. But then I've seen the top of that boot with Salomon with all those scratches, which look like that's how it is. So I'm not sure about Salomon, but that spot is, well, anyway, it should be fixed. Okay, Photoshop, your best friend, and if it's not on a new boot, it should be fixed. Other than that, really, really good. So Andy, great job. I like the gradient. I like how you change it actually. Yeah, when I've seen it first, the gradient was, you see, it was like a spot, really nice round spot behind it, but it was shifted a little bit to the left, and it didn't look as good as the final version. You see, that's how it was. And then little critic from Photigy members, and thank you guys, by the way, you're doing great job on forum, and I'm really glad that we have you here. So after this, it's perfect, the gradient, and gradient is the key here. Well, not completely key, but without gradient it won't look as good as it is. So great stuff, thank you. Okay, and what else we have? Another bottle of wine. Let me see. Yeah, this is probably, well, it should go to my student session, because we are shooting wine as a part of Tabletop Studio photography course. But let me give you feedback here. You, as I understand, you're not students, right? This is a shot from Pavel. Excuse me. So good result, really good result. And well, I like that you guys doing following those lectures I'm putting, even though it's not open on public, but I post lighting setups without any explanation, and you see, for curious minds it's enough. That's what basically my kind of general idea. I can't share everything I do, because, well, education, this is main source of income for me, but I still want to share as much as I can completely free, without killing, you know, the the chicken which laying eggs for me. So I always kind of expect that you guys can pick up stuff which I share for free, even for paid products like I do here for lighting setups from Tabletop Studio photography courses. And I'm glad to see that you're doing it great. So really cool shot. The only thing I would fix here is the bottom. We don't see that edge, the bottle kind of, we don't see where it ends, the bottle, and where table begins. Maybe a little bit more light on the table, so it will be clearly see the edge, between bottle and the table. First, when I've seen it, I was a little bit worried about those highlights, reflections on the neck of the bottle, but then I kind of see it as it's fine, because it looks like a matte. It's not the bad reflection from a spot or light spot, so it's good. I think it's good. It's not a problem. I would probably will try to add reflection on top of the bottle, just to be, you know, to cover the whole, you know, whole opening of the bottle, not just little piece of it in the center, right? Well, yeah, maybe a little bit more brighter label, but in general it's really good work. So thank you, Pavel. And here is the lighting setup. Yeah, you got perfect edge all around, and we see how this spot on the neck was created, right? You have this diffuser on top, and then basically, oh, it's nice do-it-yourself kind of mini mini box on that speed light, right? So yeah, that's how that spot was created. You see, you can shoot without that spot. Let's say if you move that light which you have on top, if you move it underneath at the bottom to hit bottle from the bottom, it will highlight the label. It will probably add some highlights on the edge, on that bottom edge of the bottle. But again, it's just one of the solutions, so I don't think anything wrong with how you did it. So, great job. Thank you. Thank you, Pavel. Okay, let's move to the next one. Some splash of bottle of vodka. Another Pavel. And yeah, he posted this. I already replied some week back ago that we need to have lighting setup. Thank you, Pavel. You posted some lighting. Well, it's a diagram. I understand you didn't capture it. It really tells me not much, but it's good. And just make sure that you guys capture the lighting setup next time, because this is really required. We need to share our lighting setups. That's how we learn. This is how I try to build our community on Photigy. We share as much as we can and we learn as much as we can. This way it will be a win-win situation, right? So that's very important. So the shot, the bottle looks good, and well, it's really good. Few things which I would improve, I would try to improve if I would shoot something like this. If I look at the bottom portion of the bottle, you see that white highlight. It's not really, well, it's a little bit too white, or maybe just too large, that highlight. And well, it's not white, it's kind of gray, but still it doesn't look really good. Talking about that, oops. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna capture it, so it will be easier to see what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about this part, right? This is a little bit too bright and too large, so I would work to eliminate it for sure. I like how you have these highlights on the edge of bottles. I like how you get the top of it, right? The neck looks good, but this should be worked on. Then what else? The splash itself looked good. It's a little bit, well, not sharp here, but I think it's just only because how it posted on the web, on the forum. I really prefer when it comes to liquid to have that, really sharp droplets. They kind of popping up. It's almost like a 3D look if you make it sharp enough. I think you stopped action here completely fine. I mean, there is no blurred motion blur, I see, so you should be fine just to to add some contrast maybe and sharpness for web. Again, it's maybe just how it looks on the forum, so no worry about this. That bottom, beside that white piece, I think the liquid may be too much of liquid covering the bottle, and that's maybe why we get that white reflection. So maybe don't throw water the way that it's not really covering the bottom of the bottle. Make it more cleaner, more glass, less water. Okay? Well, it's not water, it's vodka. So other than that, really good shot, and thank you, Pavel, for posting here. You're doing great stuff. You're doing great job, and just continue, because that's what we need, right? Splashes Coca-Cola. I think I already reviewed it. So thank you guys. That was my review for this week. Don't forget about our assignment, which is silverware shot, and deadline is this coming Thursday, 29th of November. And I understand that this week, Thanksgiving week, all this stuff, it's not probably good time for doing assignments. So, and I think it's only one submitted here. we'll see. If you can shoot it, if you want to shoot it, we can probably extend the line. I'm talking about this still rare shot, right? I think we have only one submission. I'm not going to review it right now because we still have time, but well, it will be reviewed in Thursday during Photigy Live if we'll have enough shots. This is it. We're done. Again, I'm repeating, for those who bought those two packs, I'm talking about this Tabletop Photography Essentials pack and Liquid Photography Essentials. Shoot it, not just read and scratch your head, oh, how to do this. Try to shoot it, post your results. I will get back to you. I will record videos. I will help you to get those damn shots right. Okay, or at least not right the way you like it. Alrighty? So, let's do it together. More holidays coming soon. And well, we just shouldn't get lost on those holidays. Okay? So, talk to you later. Bye, guys.